During open house, a lot of times people approach us and they ask, oh, is this Taekwondo? Is this Taekwondo? But no, we are Judo. Hi, my name is Nicholas and I'm currently a Year 2 Banking and Finance student. And I'm also the president of Ngee Judo. I am currently a yellow belt.
Hi, I'm Sam and I'm the club president for MP Taekwondo. I'm currently a black belt, been doing Taekwondo since 2018. Taekwondo is a Korean traditional martial art, mostly two parts. One is Pumse, one is Kyogi. Pumse is where the player has to conduct a series of routines of movements. For Pumse, it's really quite individual. It's like a dance competition, you see who dance better. For Kyogi, it is two players fighting in a ring. They have to use movements like kicks or punches to hit a certain score. Then for freestyle Pumse is where the player has to mix Kyogi and Pumse and also variety of kicks and spins into their set of routine to perform a dance performance, some sort.
Judo is a Japanese martial art. The point of Judo, right, is to throw your opponent. Different moves, you can trip your opponent, throw your opponent so that they land on their back, and then that's how you win. So you can either win by throwing or you can actually win by submission also, which is basically you choking the person or you putting them in an armbar or arm lock. Then if they tap, then you win. But somehow if opponent managed to defend the throw or counter the throw and then you land maybe basically not on your back, right, you will transition into groundwork. In terms of the difference in our Ngee or our uniform, right, the Judo one is actually very thick. In terms of the progression, the number of belts and also the color of the belts are different. In terms of protective gear, right, actually we don't have protective gear.
Taekwondo is a must to wear protective gears when you're doing Kyogi, which is sparring. So both the helmet and the padding, right, they're usually censored to track if you score a head kick or a body kick. In terms of warm-ups, right, it's really very different because Taekwondo, we don't do things like handstands. We don't practice rolling, carrying people. So for Taekwondo, we usually just stretch and then we do cardio, shuttle runs. I think for us, it's more standing up. You make the person go out of boundary line or you make the person fall down. So that is how we score points.
There are no kicking allowed. So our foot techniques include things like tripping, sweeping. I would say that if you're not flexible, you won't be able to do Taekwondo. If you are not flexible for Judo, it's still possible for you to do Judo.
For me personally, I think that Judo is more straightforward. For Taekwondo, that is more complex because you have a lot of different categories.
Yeah, I would say that's the difference because in Judo, you can rarely score points. Like the moment you score points, right, you score points maybe once or twice, you lose. I would say that's the scary part and also the beauty of Judo, the finality of it. You can lose or you can win in a matter of seconds. I think the similarity lies in the fact that we are both a martial art.
Because Judo is Japanese and then Taekwondo is Korean, this concept of respecting your elders is very heavily implemented in both martial arts. For both Judo and Taekwondo, whenever we start the training, we have to bow to our coaches first. At the beginning of the match, we also have to bow to our opponents. I think the sense of respect is very, very important.
For me, I would say that the similarity is in terms of safety. I think a lot of people underestimate the importance of breaking fall. Breaking fall is very, very important for Judo. Things to take note of is when you fall down, right, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they try to put their hand down. And what happens when you put your hand down, right, and you fall wrongly, you end up dislocating either your shoulder or something like that.
Self-defense teaches break fall. If someone tries to flip you, you know how to break fall, you know how to escape. People think Taekwondo is all about fighting, but I think that Taekwondo also requires resilience for you to keep practicing the same self-routine over and over again.
For Judo, one of the most annoying misconceptions about us is that people think that we are Taekwondo. Another thing is that I think a lot of people underestimate how difficult and how tough Judo actually is. The number of people who end up leaving the sport after a while is actually a lot of people because people don't realize that it's actually quite physically tough.
Taekwondo relies on all because there's Pumse and Kyogi. Pumse has its own set of aspects that it relies on. Then for Kyogi, it's obviously speed, power, flexibility, strategy, it all matters.
For judo, I will definitely also agree that it's all. For example, you're strong, right, but you don't know any of the techniques. It's actually very difficult for you to throw another person. Any martial art requires like a lot of patience, a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication in order for you to do well in this martial art.